Whoa, check out this beauty. My pride and joy, or should I say, was my pride and joy. This is the car that started it all. That's Mark, my former coworker. Yeah, that Mark. He thought my vintage ride was a joke, a complete and utter embarrassment, and he let me know it. Loudly. He mocked me relentlessly. This wasn't just friendly teasing. This was humiliation, pure and simple. And that, my friends, is how this whole crazy revenge saga began. I'm Alex, and let me tell you, I'm about to show you how I turned that humiliation into the sweetest victory you've ever seen. This is the story of how I bought his company and fired him. Get ready. Hey YouTube! Ever been utterly humiliated? This is my story, this beat-up beauty, my pride and joy, until he showed up. This wasn't just any insult, this was a public execution of my car, my personality, everything. We're talking full-on, condescending mockery. Prepare yourselves. Mark, slick suit, expensive shoes, the whole 9 yards. He started with a snicker, then a pointed remark about my adorable antique. His buddies roared with laughter. He didn't stop there. He mimicked my driving style, exaggerating every little bump in the road. He even suggested I should be driving a shopping cart, not a car. The words stung people. The arrogance was breathtaking. I felt my face burn. The shame was crushing. Right then and there, a seed of revenge was planted. A tiny seed, but it grew. Fast. I felt helpless, utterly powerless against his smug superiority. But that helplessness fueled a fire. I started researching Mark's company. He thought he was untouchable, Mr. Big Shot. He was so wrong. His company, it wasn't as invincible as he thought. I found vulnerabilities. I found weaknesses. And I made a plan that involved a lot of paperwork, late nights, and a healthy dose of cold, hard cash. This wasn't just about the car anymore. This was about proving him utterly, completely wrong. Get ready for the next chapter, the acquisition. Okay, folks, buckle up. This is the story of how a ridiculously arrogant guy mocked my pride and joy, this beautiful hunk of junk right here, and how I turned that humiliation into the sweetest revenge ever. I was devastated, absolutely crushed. His words, brutal. His laughter, infuriating. For days, I felt powerless, completely helpless. What could I do? Fight him? He'd laugh in my face. Ignore him? That wasn't an option. That smug grin was burned into my brain. Then, a tiny spark. A crazy idea. His company! That's it! I'd never met a more entitled jerk, and he probably ran a business as poorly as he treated people. It was a long shot, I know, but the fire was lit. I needed to know everything. His company's financial reports became my Bible. Hours were spent online, poring over market analysis. I discovered a surprising lack of innovative strategies, outdated technology, a mountain of debt. This wasn't some corporate giant. It was a ticking time bomb. His arrogance was blinding him. I found his vulnerabilities. I found my leverage. This wasn't just about revenge. It was about opportunity. It was time to unleash the ultimate payback. YouTube family, we're diving into the meat of this story, the acquisition. Remember this guy, Kevin, thought my rusty clunker was a joke? Well, his joke's about to become a whole lot less funny. This wasn't some quick online purchase, folks. This was a battle, a war waged in boardrooms, fought with spreadsheets, and won with, well, a really good lawyer. First, the due diligence. We're showing you the real documents here. Bank statements, balance sheets, the whole shebang. See this? This was their projected growth. Pitiful. We exposed their weakness, inflated pricing, and outdated marketing. Kevin, bless his arrogant heart, never saw it coming. Then came the negotiations. Remember that tense meeting? Yeah, we dramatized it. See those actors? They nailed it. Kevin, smug as ever, thought he held all the cards. He underestimated me. I played it cool. I offered a slightly below market price, but it was enough to tempt him. He saw the quick profit, not the long-term losses. A classic Kevin move, really. But here's where it gets juicy. His lawyers, bless their cotton socks, threw a wrench in the works. A clause about non-compete. A real headache. But I had my own legal guns blazing. We countered with a sweeter deal, sweetened with some carefully placed concessions. They blinked. We closed the deal. We got the paperwork. Bam. I owned Kevin's company. It was official. The satisfaction was immense. This wasn't just about the money. This wasn't even just about the car. This was about proving to Kevin, and to everyone else watching, that underestimating someone can have serious consequences. This was about turning his mockery into my masterpiece. This wasn't easy. It took strategy, grit, and a healthy dose of spite. But hey, sometimes a little revenge is a beautiful thing, right? And now it's time for the main event, the firing. But that's a story for the next thrilling chapter. He laughed. He sneered. He mocked my pride and joy. This wasn't just some old car, it was a symbol. And Richard, the condescending CEO, had to make it his personal punching bag. But I'm not one to take humiliation lying down. This is my story of how a rusty car sparked a corporate takeover, and how I, with a cool head and a meticulously crafted plan, delivered the ultimate payback. 4 years. 4 long years of planning. 4 years spent meticulously researching Richard's company, its weaknesses, its financial vulnerabilities. We see the documents here, the spreadsheets, the countless hours of work. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks, near misses, moments of doubt. But the memory of his mocking laughter fueled me. It pushed me forward. The acquisition was complete. I now owned his company, now for the main event. The tension is palpable. I'm not going to lie. There's a thrill coursing through my veins, but I stay composed. I'm professional, controlled. This is business. I deliver the news calmly, succinctly. Richard, I say, you're fired. The look on his face, priceless. Pure, unadulterated disbelief. The king is dethroned. His arrogance, his condescension, it all crumbles in that single moment. This isn't about anger. This is about justice. This is about proving that even a rusty old car can hold the keys to the kingdom. It's the perfect ending to a long and carefully planned journey. Of course, the saga didn't end there. But the story's not about gloating. It's about strategic thinking, resilience, and the sweet, sweet satisfaction of a carefully executed plan. That old car, she's still parked in my garage. A constant reminder that even the most seemingly insignificant things can inspire monumental change. So, what happened after? I handed Mark his walking papers. Well, the company. It needed some serious TLC. Let's just say Mark's leadership hadn't exactly been stellar. We streamlined operations, improved employee morale. Sales actually boomed after the shakeup, believe it or not. Go figure. As for Mark himself, he was stunned, absolutely speechless. I saw a flicker of something in his eyes, not anger, not regret, but disbelief. He clearly hadn't seen this coming. He tried to reach out a few times, desperate for another chance. I didn't respond. No need to prolong the drama. He eventually disappeared from the radar. Last I heard, he was working at a car wash. Fitting, right? The whole experience? It changed me. I'm more confident, more assertive. My old car still sits in my driveway. It's a reminder of where I started and how far I've come. It's not about the car itself, really. It's about not letting anyone diminish your dreams. And it's definitely not about seeking revenge. It's about protecting yourself. It's about knowing your worth. This wasn't about him. It was about me proving to myself that I could achieve anything I set my mind to. That's the real victory here. And hey, maybe I'll even get that engine fixed one day. But for now, I'm feeling pretty good about my new company and my old car. So, what do you think? Hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories of unlikely comebacks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. So there it is, the final act. The dust has settled. Brad's gone. And my trusty, slightly rusty, beat-up Corolla? Well, she's still parked in the driveway. A monument to a truly wild ride. This whole experience. Buying Brad's company. Firing him. It wasn't about the car, you know. Not really. It was about something much bigger. It was about proving something to myself. About showing that even when someone tries to belittle you, to make you feel small, Even when they mock your perfectly good, if slightly vintage automobile, you can turn the tables. Honestly, the whole thing was a masterclass in unexpected lessons. Lesson number 1: never underestimate the power of meticulous research. I spent weeks digging into Brad's finances. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Lesson 2: even the most arrogant people have vulnerabilities. Brad thought he was untouchable. He was wrong. And finally, lesson 3, and this is the big one. Revenge isn't always satisfying. Firing Brad felt anticlimactic, honestly. Not the explosive, joyous moment I'd imagined. It was more like a quiet, okay, that's done. There's a funny story, though. Remember I mentioned Brad's legendary arrogance? Well, after everything, I received a handwritten letter. He claimed I had ruined his life. And then, get this, he requested a recommendation for a new job. It was so outlandishly absurd, it almost made me laugh. Almost. Maybe I should have framed that letter. A reminder of how not to treat people, and how sometimes the best revenge is just moving on and building something better. Speaking of moving on, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. And who knows, maybe one day I'll even upgrade from the Corolla. But honestly, she's a keeper. So there you have it, from humiliating mockery to ultimate triumph. We've seen the journey, from that beat-up old car that started it all, to the satisfying slam of the door as he was shown the exit. Remember that look on his face? Priceless. But this isn't just a revenge story, folks. It's a story about resilience, about turning a negative experience into a powerful motivator. This isn't about hate. It's about proving yourself. It's about never letting someone else define your worth. That old car, it's more than just a vehicle now. It's a symbol of where you came from and how far you've come. Remember the initial sting, that arrogant smirk? We all have our old cars, our weaknesses, our insecurities, but this video shows you don't have to let them define you. You can turn them into fuel, you can use them to build something amazing, and you can definitely use them to get your own sweet revenge. This incredible journey wouldn't have been possible without your support. So, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more stories of triumph over adversity. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you enjoy the satisfying ending as much as I did? What would your old car be? Let's hear it. One last look at the old car, sitting proudly under the setting sun, a testament to hard work, determination, and a healthy dose of sweet, sweet revenge. Remember, never underestimate the power of a well-executed plan, a little perseverance, and a whole lot of grit. See you in the next video.